N to help with my shifter filling. Kind of jealous of Emily since she has a couple of modifications already to help with the short shifting and the weight of the knob already. So today I'm going to be installing the ADD-W1 short shifter adapter for the Veloster N. So really excited to install this to see the changes that it makes since I've already been driving the stock gearbox for so long. And ADD-W1 says that this will reduce the throws by up to 35%. And so I'm really just excited to see how this does. And for anybody that doesn't know, ADD-W1 does have top race engineers helping them work to help develop products. So it's not like they're just creating something for nothing. So really excited to put this on the vehicle and see how it does. All right, guys, so first things first that we're gonna have to go ahead and do is we're gonna have to remove the shift knob right here, and we're gonna have to go ahead and remove the trim around the shift knob, and then we're also gonna have to go ahead and start pulling off some trimming. So excuse the car's a little messy, I haven't washed it in a bit, have my stuff from work still sitting over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by removing this. For anybody that doesn't know, usually I like to pull this up and just pull straight hard up. Some people say that you don't need to do this, you can just pull straight up with the knob. I've always had luck with doing it with this, so this is how I will continue to do it. But you know, I haven't had any issues. I've taken this off a few times and I've taken Emily off quite a few times before. So you know, that's how we do it, just one hard swift movement up, and that's pretty much all you need to go ahead and do. So we're gonna go ahead and start off on that, and I'll go ahead and show you guys the next steps that I'm gonna have to go ahead and do to go ahead and get this bad boy installed. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I know this is an awkward ass position, but it works.
Okay, after you have a moment with your car, this is...
So what? Alright guys, so right here I'm gonna go ahead and just put in my little pry tool and lift up, and that's gonna go ahead and release this for me. So after I go ahead and get this released, hold on, sorry, my phone is bugging me. After I go ahead and pull that, I'm gonna go ahead and lift the side molding, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up towards this way. So let's see, one-handed, pick that up right there, and this piece pops out, and as you can see, there's clips right here. So don't be be very careful as you're doing this, but you have to use some type of force. So excuse my dirty seats. And now we're gonna go and try to remove this little area. So I'm gonna try to get my pry tool in here. Oop, and that released that. So we're gonna throw that down there, and that's gonna be the next thing that we go ahead and remove. So let's go ahead and get into this piece. Now all has to try to be removed, so I have to try to see. There should be some type of indentation in here. Oh yeah, there's an indentation. Like, see if I can feel it. Thought there was. Nope, tripping. I'm tripping. All right, let me go ahead and take a look around here and see what I have to do, and then I'll come back, guys. I had seen a couple of people try to use a pry tool right here on other videos, but I can just lift my hand in this area and at least release this area. And then same thing with this. So let me go ahead. This is all kind of new for me, so I have to try to figure out. And I've been following a couple other people's steps on YouTube on where to exactly do this, because if not, I'd be messing a lot of stuff up. So let me go ahead. So from here, what we're gonna have to go ahead and do is you're gonna want to go ahead and pull up on this area, and there's 3 clips if you can see them. There's 1, 2, and there's this one right here. So kind of want to, just like I said, pull up on this. I'm not going to say that you're going to feel like you're going to break anything, but I mean, it does take a little bit of force. So after you go ahead and pull this up, I believe I'm going to have to remove some type of this out. So let me go ahead and pull this out like this. And where there's a little area that I can put my tool into. just like that. Put a few clips in here. I'm gonna just try doing the same thing over here. And just like that, this thing pops out, and it's gonna expose. I lost my thing. It's gonna expose that. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and I guess tug straight up on this area right here, and that pops this off, and then that pops off right there. So that right there is how you remove everything. As you can see, we didn't break anything. I didn't tell you guys before, but before I obviously tugged up on everything, there was a harness right here that you have to unplug. So make sure you unplug that first before you do anything with popping off this. So I'm gonna set this back here for right now, and then now that I have this all exposed, there's gonna be a couple of screws that I'm gonna have to remove. All right, guys, so from right here we're gonna have to go ahead and let me see how I pull on these back. I've never done this, so just please bear with me. Let me see. Oh, so pull back, and then what do? Lift up like that. And, oh my goodness. So the same thing. Pull back, lift up. And now that those are released, so that's how you get these bad boys moved. And then I'm gonna have to use some needle nose pliers. No. I see it. So that's why you use needle nose pliers. Don't be dummy like me. It's right there. So the reason why for using needle nose pliers is that you don't lose it down here, and then after that, what that does is that I'm able to push this out of the way. So sorry guys, is that clip was held in through that little circle. Sorry guys. And then that was sitting over here. So now that that's removed, that can be pushed out. These are out of the way. And then I'm gonna have to remove a couple of bolts, screws right here. Maybe these are probably gonna be 10s or 8s down here. So let me go ahead and remove these and we'll get started. All right guys, so it is gonna be a 10mm socket. So go ahead and get this rubber off. And afterwards, I just like to put my screws back in here so that way I don't misplace these anywhere and think I lost them. So I'm gonna do the same thing with these. These back right there, just real quick, hand tight so they don't go anywhere. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove they're 12mm. There's 4 of them holding this base of the shifter in. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these and try to get this thing out of here. So. Guys, let me just try to figure out. I removed the bolts, spreaded this a little bit out to get this kind of right here. I'm not pulling on anything too crazy so I don't break anything. I'm just trying to figure out how to remove that clip. So let me just look at it real quick and see what I need to do, and we will go ahead and see. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna push out on these and bam. So we're good. Thing is out. So now we're gonna go ahead and see what we need to do to install the ADD-W1 part. So I'm gonna go put this outside because it's kind of greasy. All right guys, so we're gonna have to remove this little pivot ball right here to put onto the new adapter that we got. So what I'm gonna do is I got this, made it a little bit obviously to where it's gonna sit like that, and I'm gonna just try to pop it off like that. We're gonna see if I can. I don't know if I can. I might be fooling myself.
Wow.
Alright guys, so now that I have that bushing off, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I have it on a flat surface. I have a little mallet. I'm going to go ahead and try to give it one good whack with me obviously holding it, and that's how we're going to put this on. Alright guys, so what we're going to go ahead and do right here is with the ADD-W1 logo with the area where you can actually insert the Allen screws, you're going to want to go ahead and have this logo facing passenger side. So I'm just going to make sure that these are going to be loose enough to where I can put this is going to be pushed up all the way up against here, so not halfway, not right there, not right there, not right there, all the way, okay, facing passenger, not this way, this way. And this is going to be the front, because we know that the shifter cables are going to the back. So this wants to be perfectly straight, or I mean as straight as you can get. So we're going to go ahead and put this like this and start getting these tightened down. So I'll go ahead and start doing this, and I'll catch you guys up when I'm done. Alright guys, so as you can see, I put it on as straight as possible. Maybe I can straighten that a little bit. Anyways, I'm going to straighten that out a little bit more, but as you can see, as you tighten it, it's only going to barely get a little tighter than from down here. So it's a little bit of an awkward area to work into, but you can get it. And now it's just installing everything back the way that we took everything off. So I'm going to go ahead and just start piecing everything back, and we're going to see how everything feels. Alright guys, so I have everything installed back. Everything feels really good. So as you can see, there's going to be reverse, and then first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then sixth. So I'm going to put everything back on and see how it feels once I have everything installed. But as of right now, everything seems really good. So I'm going to continue just installing everything in the back and the reverse steps, and then pretty much it's just this and then popping everything back in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of that, and I'll show you guys the finished product. All right guys, so everything's back to the way it was before we did the install, and everything's pushed back into place. All the trim pieces are here. So everything seems really nice. One thing I noticed right off the bat is it sounds a lot more notchier. It feels pretty good. It's gonna be kind of interesting to see how it feels driving, because I guess they do feel shorter. First, second, third, fourth. So interested to see how it feels actually driving. I really like the notchiness of it though. All right guys, so that's gonna do it for this video. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Extremely happy to continue building this bad boy and seeing where we can go with it. And for anybody that is interested in doing anything like as far as modifications to the chassis to help, or the transmission modifications, that this is definitely something to go ahead and do. I really like how it feels, and you won't be disappointed.